Hey everybody, welcome to Adventure Mode. I'm Dustin. Alongside me, the most glorious ginger, Brandon Duncan.
Hey,
How's it going?
doing good, man. I got me a Baja Blast,
Good.
and I am set.
I have got me something new here, some bone
No.
broth.
So I'm like, yeah, I got Baja Blast. Delicious, cool drink. It's a
Mhm.
beautiful color. You're like, yeah, I have bone broth.
Yeah, I don't really know what
What
bone
is-
broth is, but I'm drinking
Is this
it.
the 1800s?
Honestly, I read about it online, and then my pastor's wife mentioned it because Holly and I are doing this diet type thing. Basically, you put all your chicken bones in your crock pot.
Mm-hmm.
Put some water in there, maybe put some veggies, a little salt, a little pepper. Then you put a little vinegar in there. And then you let it sit for 24 hours.
Wow.
And you got yourself some bone broth. It's supposed to be real good for you. All that bone marrow and all that nasty shit in the bones turns into good shit for you to help you in life and all that good
Interesting. So the nasty shit somehow miraculously turns into good shit.
stuff. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know. It honestly just tastes like
Really?
chicken broth.
Yeah, and it just sounds weird. Like, I would rather just be called broth,
It has a bit of
Bone
a
broth.
slimy quality to it. I will not lie.
which is interesting.
And now I've pretty
Does
much
it
drank
taste
all of it.
vinegary?
Oh no, not at all. No vinegar
No,
taste.
no vinegar.
So the bone broth, it's something, all right. So Adventure Mode. This is a podcast from Handsome Phantom. HandsomePhantom.com is a website you can go to. You can see all of our content. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. If you search Handsome Phantom, you're gonna find it. And we got tons of great stuff on our YouTube channel that's also accessible right from our website. We got Let's Plays Mondays and Fridays, and at least right now, we've got content coming up on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then the show, of course, Wednesday on the YouTubes and also on the iTunes services out there. So you can get this show however you want it, whether you want to watch our ugly mugs on the screen or if you want to just listen to our ugly voices. That makes sense.
Whatever you want.
We got it. We got it for you. So, am I forgetting anything? I'm not used to the new process. Oh, I have an announcement. I have a small announcement. But am I forgetting anything?
Yeah. I don't think you said Let's Plays every Saturday morning.
Oh, that's important. On twitch.tv/handsome_phantom. Every Saturday, 11:30, come out, hang out with us. We're doing some Twitch streaming. We played Uncharted Collection,
It was fantastic.
and you had a good time with that.
It was great. Yeah.
And then I played a little Battlefront.
Butthole front.
It was a good time. Butthole front. Exactly. So yeah, lots of fun stuff going on. And special announcement. So last week we mentioned we have a new show coming to our page, whatever, our group here, Handsome Phantom. We have a new show coming out. And it's called Dev Tales. It's about interviews with developers that are not just about their games, but about them as people. We have our first interview lined up. I'm not quite ready to announce who it is just in case anything happens. But it looks like that show is going to release in the second week of February.
Super pumped.
Super pumped. We're getting ready.
Super pumped. I'm just excited to talk to some devs, man.
Yeah.
I want to hear the man behind the mask, so to speak. I want to know what's going on back there.
I'm very excited if this first developer interview works out. It's going to be really awesome. Someone that's very special to how we got this whole thing started. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Looking forward to that. I have my mom doing the podcast art for it.
Fantastic as always.
It's going to be great. I'm just really excited. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little nervous just because interviewing someone isn't as easy as you think. And especially, you want to make someone feel comfortable and all this stuff. And so I'm a little nervous, I'm going to admit it, but I'm confident still.
Yeah.
Confidence is key in this.
We're ready to get some good stories going and ready to see what's going on.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for that soon. We're going to have more details over on our Twitter page. So you can hear more all about our new show, Dev Tales, coming very, very soon. So other than that, Brandon, have you been noticed the lights have been flickering in this room? Like that? Like literally what just happened? I wonder if you can see it on camera.
I think it might have to do something with your space heater.
Yeah, we got this space heater in here because it's freaking cold as hell. But that doesn't make sense. It's just really freaking cold.
Fucking cold.
It's really, really cold here in the Western PA. Got the space heater. It's messing with my power. We're just gonna keep on going.
Keep on keeping
don't
on.
worry about it. Okay?
Warmth or lights?
Warmth or lights, warmth or die, ride or die. Okay, so let's get started with the side quests. And there's only a few, but there's some real good ones I'm very, very excited about. Number 1, Danganronpa is coming to Steam. I'm very, very excited. So you can finally get a chance to play it, Brandon.
Wow.
Right?
Matt is it on Mac?
I don't know if it'll be PC and Mac. It just said to Steam.
Yeah, so probably not.
Yeah. Now, I'm very excited. Danganronpa, as I've mentioned on this show previously, one of my favorite games that I've played, that I played in 2015. It came out, I'm pretty sure, in 2014, but still, a game I'm just super pumped about right now. Played Danganronpa 1, played Danganronpa 2. I believe both of them are coming to Steam in February. And this is great because everyone is a dumbass and not everyone owns a Vita. Okay, there's only a few of us elite out there who will get a Vita.
Man.
So in order to play an amazing game like Danganronpa, you have to have a Vita. So if you're a dummy and you don't have a Vita, you can head on over to the Steam retail store page this coming February. You get some of that Danganronpa.
Interesting.
Some of that Monokuma. That's Monokuma. But I got the little stuffed bear. I'm ready to go. I'm honestly,
he's cute.
If it's like, hey, you can play this game in HD, I might consider buying it again. But I also want to stay faithful to the Vita crew.
You say that now.
I know, I might be swayed. So I'm very, very excited about that. And Danganronpa is great. You should play it. You would like it. It's sadistic, and you're a sadistic fuck, so you probably like it.
That is the most true thing you've ever said about me
on this show,
on the internet,
or period. That's what I always think. Remember when we were talking about Death Note last week? I'm like, Brandon's kind of sadistic. He'd like Death Note.
He'd like that a lot.
So Danganronpa around the same kind of vein of
darkness, death.
Yeah,
blackness.
All things dark.
No light.
Yeah.
Dead people.
There's some dead people in Danganronpa. And there's maybe some sexual humor.
You
hear that?
That's not what I was expecting you to say. I thought you were going to be like sexual scenes, sexual content. You're like sexual
humor.
Yeah. Which is just perfect.
So it's really great. Check it out. Okay. Next one here. Pokken Tournament. Have you heard of this? It's the Pokemon.
This is the fighting game.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're accurate. So this has only been out in Japan in arcades. I heard it actually wasn't doing so well in the arcades, but they are releasing it here in the United States on Wii U. It's coming out March 18th.
Wow.
So, Brandon, what Pokemon would you want to fight as if in this Pokemon game?
Wow. Definitely Ditto.
Now, that doesn't really make a lot of sense because if you're Ditto, you're just going to turn into the opposite character. That's not very exciting.
Maybe Slowpoke.
I've got a couple Slowpoke, that would be cool. I didn't think about what you said there for a second. Some of my choices, obviously, Mr. Mime, great choice. He's got those little bone twitch legs.
Fantastic.
They could just, Now, I'm also wondering, is there any actual physical harm? I mean, they're fighting, so
there has to be. I doubt.
Imagine
there's just blood.
Mortal Kombat.
You just rip the head off of the
Charizard. Just takes a real big bite out of Pikachu.
Oh no!
Blood everywhere. Kids scarred forever.
I would want to play any of the element birds. Like Zapdos.
Oh yeah.
Any of those would be awesome.
Now, unfortunately, I think this game is mostly tied to fighting style Pokemon. They have feet and they can move normally. But it would be funny if you had someone that was like a bird. Just a guy just
punch the shit out of a bird.
Yeah.
Punch the shit out of a bird.
Yeah, just punch him. So, yeah, that would be interesting. I said Mr. Mime. I had another one that I was thinking of, but I just...
Dude, Chansey. Chansey is going to fuck shit up.
I was thinking of Onyx just because he's a bunch of rocks.
Dude.
He'd be floating, maybe something like that. Would be interesting.
Wasn't there was it Pokemon Arena? Wasn't that a thing? I think I played that.
Yeah, I think that was like the Smash Bros.
Version
style.
Yeah. I think it was turn-based, though.
Was that on Nintendo 64?
I think it
Pokemon
was.
Arena?
I played it at someone else's house,
I don't
and
think that was
and I never
turn-based.
had an N64. So
Oh, it was Pokemon Rumble Arena.
that's what it was.
I remember because the intro was like Pokemon Rumble Arena. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the intro, but I remember playing it.
I remember we rented that from the good old video rental store. Me and my good pal Brian.
Rented the cartridge.
Yeah, we rented the cartridge, and we're like, "Hey, this is kind of like Smash, but not as good as Smash."
But you get to play Pokemon characters.
You get to play the Pokemon characters. You get to eat the cheese pizza, drink
Perfect.
the cream soda. All these things important in a classic game rental
Renting
night.
scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, you just go to the Red Box, you rent some shitty game that you're really not interested, but it's only $1. So
And you go home and
unless
hate
it's Until
yourself.
Dawn, I did get that from Redbox,
Then we ended up buying it.
and then we did both end up.
That good.
I almost sold it the other day,
Fucking hell.
only because they were gonna give me more than what I paid for it, and I was like, I'll just rebuy it because it's gonna get cheap again in the future. You know,
That's fair.
you got to consider all the options.
That is fair.
You know, it's always a difficult life, the life of the cheap ass gamer, such as myself.
Cheap ass gamer.
Yeah.
You are a swindler.
So I got another article here. Let me bring up the website because this one's important. I don't want to mess this up. So this is from Kotaku, and I believe this leaked over on GAF. You know GAF, NeoGAF,
NeoGAF.
NeoGAF. It's a forum. Lots of video game type people post on that. A lot of
Mhm.
leaks come from GAF. And so I'm going to read a little bit of this article. Headline: Rockstar North boss Leslie Benzies is out after nearly 2 decades. So the man in charge of the regional Rockstar studio, long credited with handling the bulk of development of the Grand Theft Auto games, is no longer at the company. Rockstar confirmed to Kotaku today. The company said Rockstar North studio head Leslie Benzies. I don't know if it's Benzies. It's Benzies. We're not good at actual reporting here. Benzies. I'm gonna go with Leslie B.
Bansies.
Ban-
Bansies.
Leslie B has been on a sabbatical for the past 17 months. So basically, he's been on sabbatical since Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. This is interesting. So this guy has been working on creative leads on Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, 4, now 5. And
All like incredibly successful.
yeah, this has been one of the big dudes. And it's interesting. He went on this sabbatical and now he's just kind of like, I'm done. Now, the question is whether or not he's leaving because he wants to retire, never come back, or maybe he wants to go work for someone else, which I would find really hard to believe.
Yeah, because Rockstar is one of those companies that like, why not? Why would you not want to work for Rockstar?
I mean-
they just put out. They're huge.
This guy has to be, with him being in charge of, maybe the biggest game franchise next to Call of
Seriously,
Duty.
seriously.
Those two. This guy has to be making a couple mil,
At least.
as a game dev. So, I'm guessing he just went on vacation for a really long time, and he's like, you know what?
I'm done.
I'm done for now.
Now is his time to start leaking when Red Dead 2 is going to come out.
That's a great idea.
He needs to leak it. Be like, oh yeah, by the way, 2018
2018 Red Dead. Be ready.
2.
Man, that game has to be coming. Has to be.
I hope so. But you never know.
Yeah. I'm wondering.
Sneaky Rockstar.
Yeah. I'm wondering whether Rockstar is going to put out Grand Theft Auto story content at all at this point.
They just released another big thing with yachts and shit and like all these
Yeah,
new
but I'm saying
cars.
we got multiplayer. I'm talking
Yeah, I know.
Ballad of Gay Tony style
Yeah,
content.
I don't know. How long did they say they were planning on supporting?
They never said. I don't
Really?
think they ever really say. But I mean, they said they were going to be supporting online for sure and releasing new content
Yeah.
for the game.
But
So
I don't know, man.
I'm very curious. I would love to see,
Trevor's backstory.
dude. Yeah, well, even if you just brought in new characters for the DLC, because that's what
That's what the other ones did.
And some people say that the DLCs for Grand Theft Auto 4 were even better
Than the actual game.
than the actual game. I never played them. Did you?
No, I heard that, and playing a lot of the The game itself, I could see how it could be better because it was lacking in a lot of places. So.
You know, what's interesting is I played Grand Theft Auto way, way late to the game. Man, did it come out in like 2007 or something? I probably played it in like 2010 or 11 when I got my wisdom teeth out.
GTA
4.
Oh, okay.
And when I played, I was like, I'm not really feeling this game.
The problem with that GTA specifically is like, there's not a lot to like about it. I mean, the character isn't that likable, Nico.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of, ugh.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I thought the driving wasn't very fun.
It's not bad. The driving was awful. It felt like you were on ice the entire time. The driving was absolutely awful.
The number one thing I actually think I hate about that game is they locked off the city, different parts of the city.
Part of it. That's a classic GTA thing.
They didn't do that in 5 though.
No, they didn't. Which they shouldn't do it, honestly.
Oh, well, exactly, because no matter what, when at least for me, my thought was like, hey, I'm getting into this new GTA game. I know that like basically you just want to screw around, and that's how you kind of get your bearings on the game. And I really liked the fact that GTA 5 gave me that open sandbox. Just screw around at first, whether or not I had good weapons or not. It's just nice. And you want to be able to see, like, they always hype up all the technical aspects of the game.
Yeah.
You want to be able to explore and see all the different things of the game right off the bat. And no, they didn't let you.
Yeah, just overall blah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm curious about that with him leaving. Rockstar, obviously, it's not dependent on one man. I'm sure they are going to continue to create amazing games.
He's going to work with Kojima.
Yeah, him, Kojima, they're going to get together. That actually would be kind of cool.
And make the strangest game that's ever been made.
Yeah. Okay. We got one more small side quest here. And we got a lot of time to fill for this show. So we'll make it work.
I'm excited. I keep going, because I'm so satisfied with everything that's been said.
Good. I'm glad. So this one, a little bit of old news, but I want to bring it up again because I am freaking excited about this. And that is, just recently, if you have Amazon Prime, there's a new deal for you if you're a gamer. Have you heard about this, Brandon?
I have not.
Dude, this is great. This is totally great. Your family has Amazon Prime, right?
No.
No,
we did not.
Jeez, I thought you did.
No.
Well, you're going to want to have it now. So if you get Amazon Prime, all game pre-orders and new release games, 20% off right off the bat.
Wow.
So I pre-ordered Uncharted 4, takes $10 off. I pre-ordered Dark Souls 3, pre-ordered Gravity Rush, all these different games. Close to $10 on all, $10 off the $60 ones. And I think I got $5 off Gravity Rush because it's a $30 title.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's
worth it.
It's totally worth it. Another reason why Amazon Prime is just totally worth it. You get the streaming movies, which I don't really use that often, but you know, I take a look in there. I'm more of a Netflix guy. You have streaming music now on there, free shipping, just a lot of good stuff. It's a lot like the Best Buy service.
Yeah.
Which I was saying on the tweeter that I was hoping that, 20% off all, new games and pre-orders is a good start. But man, if they offered me 20% off all games, that would be something to really write home about. Which that's what Best Buy lets you do. 20% off all games.
Yeah, but how much is it a month? Or a year?
A year is 2 years, $30.
Wow, that's really not that bad at all.
Yeah, it's the best deal in gaming, probably.
Yeah, but you can only buy from Best Buy.
And that's the problem. If we had a Best Buy right here in our town,
perfect.
I would be a member and I would be happily using it. But yeah, that's the problem is that
it's a little bit of a drive.
You have a Best Buy near your work.
I do, and
that's the problem, Brandon. You work in a little closer to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And I always want to tell you to pick stuff up for me, either at the Toys R Us, Best Buy. Lately today, I was looking the liquor store.
The liquor store near where I work is exceptional. It is vast. Our liquor store where we are is about half the size with awful selection.
Yeah. Well, we have like two different levels of liquor store. There's like the smaller one, and then there's our main one, which is by Sam's Club.
Mm-hmm.
and usually got to go to that one by Sam's Club.
Yeah. Literally imagine everything that is there, but like now that I say 2, it's probably 2 or 3 times bigger.
Man.
And they have like this in the back. There's like this premium wine cellar that has its own like French doors in
Ooh.
the back.
I've never been there.
It's the one there is fantastic.
See, for any of our outer space, for any of our out of state, aka out of Pennsylvania listeners, we live in a crappy state where you have to go to Pennsylvania sanctioned and run liquor stores, and there's only a couple in each town, and
sometimes the selection can be piddly.
oh, it's terrible.
Like the other day, I never thought that this would happen. In that very one that I keep bragging about, every single bit of Bombay Sapphire, like none in the back, none in the front, the entire shelf that was like 3 of me standing across was emptied of Bombay Sapphire.
Now, I don't want to crap on the local ones too much because they do carry the essentials. They got the Wild Turkey 101, the Bullet, the Knob Creek, all important to me.
And I guess that's if you like whiskey.
As a bourbon drinker, you know.
Whiskey, bourbon, whatever it is.
Yeah. Elijah Craig, that's another good one. So I'm happy to have those at my access, but you know, sometimes I read about something online. I want to try that out.
I'm trying to mix it up. Now that we're talking about liquor, you got me thinking. My new favorite drink, the Mule.
Oh, the Moscow Mule.
I want to try it so badly. I got a ton of vodka at home, and I just need to buy that ginger beer and some lime.
We can hit Grillo's, our local beer distributor, on the way home.
Need to get me a quality ginger beer.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So Brandon, that wraps up the side quests for today, and that was only 22 minutes, a measly 22 minutes.
Yeah, it's been piddly news.
Yeah, well, and what's unfortunate is there's really not going to be any exciting news for like the next month. But at least we'll have games to talk about coming up.
That is the truth.
Soon.
So,
which actually, that's one of the segments that I was going to do here. We got 3 small segments, so we'll see how they go. This might just be an extra short show, time of year and stuff like that. But that's okay, because if this show's too short for you, you can just go on to handsomefandom.com, check out all of our other content there.
Perfect.
We got videos about Assassin's Creed coming up.
Assassin's
Creed. We have an Oscars video, both with our friend Justin, coming up. I'm really excited about that. Okay. So, like I was saying, not a lot of games this time of year. But what's good is that this is a good time to catch up on some of those old games that maybe you stopped playing, and now it's time to get back to. So what, Brandon, are you still just chugging away at Diablo?
Massively chugging away. I've now started 3 characters. I have a barbarian. I just started. I started him off on Torment 1, which wasn't really working out that well. So I bumped it back to Master, and it's still very difficult. So are you familiar with the Torment levels?
I feel like I sort of remember it, but refresh me here.
So it goes like normal, medium, expert, Master, and then Torment 1 to 10.
Oh.
Those are the difficulties.
Yeah.
So I was starting off on a fresh game on Torment 1, and it was very, very hard. So I bumped it back to expert and playing with our buddy Kevin, and that made it a little bit easier. But really, really enjoying it. So now I have a monk, a demon hunter, which is my main, and then a barbarian. And I'm super, super loving it. Just got to adventure mode.
Oh.
So that is...
Never heard of it.
Never heard of adventure mode. Wow, with Dustin and Brandon.
Yeah. Well, it's with Brandon and Kevin for you.
That's right. But so much fun. Seriously, you were right. Not that I didn't enjoy playing through the story, but adventure mode is just a little bit more fast paced.
Yeah.
The rewards are like, not that you run through levels, but it's like good way to get rewards and stuff like that. And this is non-spoiler. I guess it's an old game anyway, but you do this certain thing, and I don't know what triggers it. I don't know why it happens, but you open this portal, okay, and it takes you to this magical land where I received 32 million gold.
Whoa!
So, in one sitting.
That's not bad.
So it was probably one of the coolest things that has happened. Period to me. It was so like, what the fuck? Like, gold ever? Whoa!
Nice.
So it was so awesome, and I'm glad that I'm glad that games are set up in a way that I don't like. This sort of thing makes it feel fresh. I am playing the levels over. You know what I mean? Essentially, over and over again. And unlike Destiny, where you play a couple times and it's this, that, and the other, there is a bit of randomness to the generation, I think. And with these new rewards, it keeps you coming.
Yeah.
Keeps you coming and coming.
Now, Brandon, I'm going to call you out here.
Call me out right now.
I'm calling you out. So you have a notorious backlog, and you have a notorious history of not finishing games.
Wow.
Now let's just go back to our most recent here. Are you going to go back to Fallout 4?
You know what? This is something I'm really torn. Okay. So I'm at the part where right before the next thing I have to do story is the glowing sea.
Yeah,
correct.
The glowing sea.
We've mentioned this before. And I don't know, man. Now I feel like I haven't played it for probably almost a month, 3 weeks maybe, and I don't want to say I've moved on because I haven't, because it's still a great game, but I constantly run into the problem of, I guess I could probably just power through the main story, but I feel like I would be doing it an injustice, so I almost don't. I guess I'm doing it an injustice by not playing it, but
yeah,
I feel like there's so much good, and I don't want to put that much time into it.
Truthfully, and this is just my opinion, hopefully no one shoots me down for this, Fallout 4 is huge, but I don't think it's as huge as they make it seem out to be.
Really?
Mainly just because for the most part, the bulk of the game is the main quest and the faction stuff.
Yeah.
Which I did, I don't want to say easily, but in the grand scheme, a short amount of time. I think I started that game when it came out, November, whatever. I platinumed it by the first week of December. So now, granted, I did a lot of strategy in order to line up my trophies and stuff like that. But, if you were to just, focus down on if you focus on the story up, it's like, okay, do a story up to a certain point, and then it's going to become obvious, like, hey, I need to go do some of the other stuff. Now, have you tried going into the glowing sea at all?
I have not even attempted it. I've seen pictures. And
here's
essentially know what it's like, and I'm just like,
Here's something I really do think you are at the lull before it gets really exciting.
Really?
Because, non-spoiler, you're about to find out a lot more about the Institute.
Interesting.
Pretty soon.
Okay.
So I feel like, you're starting to not see the carrot at the end of the stick here to push you on. But, and also I think part of it is just you and I play these games completely differently.
Yeah. Something actually, as we were talking, I found interesting. Like, why can I play the shit out of Destiny? Why can I play the shit out of Diablo? And why do these other games do I just play for a little bit and stop? And I think actually it has a lot to do with the social aspect. I love playing with friends. I love multiplayers. And, most of the time with the games that I play a bunch, like sometimes I'll play by myself.
Yeah.
And most of the times I will play for a little bit by myself and stop. But with this game that is completely, I don't know.
I understand that. I definitely love social gaming like you. We play a lot of Destiny together, but I do love the intimacy, that sounds weird, of me and just the game and being alone and just getting lost. And I don't know. That's something that I really, really like.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I guess I'm just like I'm driven by social interaction. Like that's what I thrive off of. So maybe that's why I've had a harder time with these games that aren't that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think the ones you definitely get hung up are the open world games, which seem to be most games.
Daunting.
Did you beat Grand Theft Auto 5?
Not even half.
Not even half?
Not even half.
So can you think of an open world game that you have beat? Did you beat Red Dead?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So at least there's one.
I was really close to beating LA Noire.
Oh, that one's not too long. And it's not really it is an open world game,
Yeah.
but there isn't a ton to do in it.
Actually, in fact, my list of games played to games beaten is
No, I understand that.
very low.
I do that as well, not as
Just
bad as
not
you.
as bad as me. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, it is. It is interesting. I don't want you to think I'm trying to say one is better than the other. But yeah, I'm just thinking like right now, as I was saying last week, I'm still hammering through Persona 4. And
Bless you, because
I've hit
that's
69. I'm about to hit 70 hours into the game, and I still got one dungeon left. And I'm still. And here's the thing about Persona is that I went hard on that game when I first got it. I think that was a little less than a year ago. I'm gonna have to look. I want to know when I bought that game. I got about halfway through it, and then I dropped it for probably 2 to 3 months. And then I was like you, where I was like, I'm gonna have to get back into it and all this stuff. And there was like an hour and a half that was really difficult for me. But then once I got back in the swing, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm back to where I was before I stopped.
Yeah.
So
there were a lot of games that I want to finish, but I couldn't. Like
Mhm.
like Black Flag. I mean, I guess that's not incredibly open world, but it kind of is.
dude,
right?
a game that I started that I really, really like and didn't get anywhere near close to finishing, Witcher 3.
Oh, The Witcher 3.
You got a lot further than I did, though.
I didn't even make it to Skellige.
Oh, okay. You did not get as far as me.
Yeah. Well, you want to know why though? Is because I didn't make it to Skellige because I was clearing the map.
Yeah, that is something that will break you. If you in The Witcher, if you're trying to clear the map. My problem was in Witcher is that I don't know whether it was at the time that I just didn't fully understand some of the RPG elements. Like I was going into battles and I felt really, really weak. And the potion system isn't like other games. You got to mix your own potions, and you also get sick if you drink too many. If I recall correctly, right?
Yeah.
I felt like I was going into battles. I was just getting my ass handed to me, and I couldn't do anything about it because I didn't have any potions.
Yeah. It was really strange. For a point in time, you were just using food a lot, and I don't use food at all. Like food, I throw away. I do not use food. I use potions strictly, and I'd never had that problem. Maybe it was just.
If I play that game again, which I really do want to, I will probably just play it on PS4 because I was having some PC problems too.
That's right.
That made it more annoying to play, even though it looks amazing on my PC. It's just there's too many problems with PC gaming. At least for me personally, I've had like nothing ever just works. But it is interesting. I've got a couple games myself in the backlog. Witcher 3 is Witcher 3 is probably the big one. Metal Gear Solid 5, which I did beat. I still want to go back and beat some other stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Second Son's another big one for me. I am like 30 minutes away from beating the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Like I've talked to people. I'm like one boss away. Like 3 little radio beacons and one boss away from just completing. I just can't.
One thing that's been important to me lately is that I never want my gaming to feel like something I have to do.
Like a hassle.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I played most of Hotline Miami 2 and I never finished it. And I feel satisfied from what I got out of that game.
Didn't you beat the shit out of the first one though?
No. I don't think I beat either one of them.
Really?
No. I may have, you know what? I think I did beat the first one eventually. I'm not 100% positive. But I really love both of those games. And I see myself eventually going back playing some Hotline Miami. But yeah, I didn't finish either one of them. Also, something I gotta finish Danganronpa another episode. Which one reason it's different than all the other Danganronpa games, it's not quite similar. So, but one thing I was going to say, other than backlogs and stuff like that, I do like this time when there aren't a lot of games coming out because it gives me a chance to play some old games that I wouldn't normally play. So I'm playing Persona 4 right now. And today we're recording this on Monday, I still had a chance to purchase the Persona 4 Arena for PlayStation 3. So normally, if there's some new game out or something,
You're gonna buy that, yeah.
there's no way in hell I'm gonna go back and play a PS3 game. But because the next game I'm playing that I'm buying new, which is Gravity Rush, doesn't come out for another 2 weeks, I'm gonna get perfect timing there to play that PS3 game, which is awesome. And after that, I'm gonna play some Persona 4 Dancing All Night. And I was thinking, even which before Gravity Rush comes out, I don't know if I'll be able to get to this, but after Gravity Rush, I don't have a lot either. I might play. There's another game from those developers called Catherine. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
The weird game that looks like a weird titty game.
You were bidding on that.
Yeah, I did not win, but that's because I decided the bid came to like $16 used, and I can just buy it new for 20. So
Why would you do that?
just buy it new.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm excited. I like these chants when you can go and play,
Oldies but goodies.
oldies but newies to me, right?
That's exactly right.
So Brandon, this next little topic I have here is probably going to be short, but it's mainly an outlet for me to just talk about this idea I have. But I want to give you the floor first, and this is PlayStation VR coming out this year. I'm really excited because I did some extra jobs in my video work, and so I've got $300 cool dollars set aside.
You're ready for the VR.
Now I'm willing to bet I'm gonna have to probably spend about 150 more than what I currently have with a game, something like that. So I'm ready. So they haven't announced like the launch lineup of games. There's still so much to come out. But my question for you is, if you could get a PlayStation VR version of a game, or just, a game of your choosing, what would it be? Do you have a thought for that at all?
Yeah, I'm just so aroused by thinking of shooting a gun in
Mhm.
VR. We did some of that with London Heist, but I want more. Like
Yeah.
I want to be moving around while I'm shooting
Mhm.
instead of because in London Heist we were stationary, or at least
Yeah.
in my demo.
Well, you're not going to do a lot of moving around with PlayStation VR, unfortunately.
No, but like, you know how in Valkyrie, you're physically, your
Oh.
body's not moving, but
Okay.
in game, but
I
you
understand
know what I
now,
mean.
yeah.
But you're still looking around. But just something with the controller would be really, really cool.
Mhm.
I don't know how they would do it, or
Yeah.
what even exactly I'm asking for.
Uh,
Probably asking for motion sickness, but
Yeah.
but I just want something first person because that's where my roots are, and
Mm.
I just want to see how creative they can be with something like VR and something like first person shooters who have been worn out to death, but can still obviously be reused with this new format.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm so disappointed that we didn't get to play rigs at PlayStation Experience, because I think that would have fulfilled potentially some of your desire for a first-person shooter. The thing about rigs, every time I see gameplay, it looks really floaty, kind of
Really?
not slow, but something about it just looks strange, and I think that's because it's VR and I'm not viewing it myself in VR. So I'm very curious about that game, and I am very curious about first-person shooters in general and how they will incorporate, if they do, to PlayStation VR. So my dream game, I've been thinking about this. PlayStation VR coming out in 2016. Last year, we had Star Wars Battlefront come out. This year, we have a new Star Wars film coming out. It's called Star Wars Rogue One, and it's about X-Wing pilots. Is there a chance that we could see Star Wars Rogue One for PlayStation VR?
X-Wing.
X-Wing. Kind of like Eve Valkyrie, but for X-Wings. What do you think? I mean, you're with your limited Star Wars experience.
You know what? I love the universe. Seriously,
Mhm.
love it. I think it's awesome, and I would play it 100%.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I would play it, and that it would be beautiful. I'm sure.
Mhm.
Anything that Star Wars they've realized is really important, and that they can make a lot of money off of. So I'm excited, and I think it'd be a cool pilot game,
Mhm.
something that would feel familiar.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting is that they have had success with X-Wing piloting games. There's the classic Star Wars X-Wing game that was old school PC. On GameCube and Nintendo 64, they had the Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. And those were both very successful. So I really see Rogue One could potentially be an amazing, and even if it's not VR, let's say we get a Rogue One game that's built on the Battlefront engine and runs, it runs in that engine, but first person cockpit, and is, specifically designed for aerial combat, more fleshed out in that area. It would just be so good. Imagine the different missions let's say Rogue One, you get the campaign. It's all Star Wars Rogue One missions, but then there was like Star Wars Legacy missions. You get one blowing up the Death Star.
Pod racing.
Dude, Star Wars pod racing VR.
VR pod racing.
Oh, jeez. Don't even mention that.
George is so happy.
Dude, George just came when he heard
he sensed a disturbance in the force
in his balls. Pod racing. So man, PSVR, Star Wars. Honestly, PSVR is Star Wars anything. It's time.
We're so Star Wars hyped. Like
I'll buy anything. Star Wars.
The spike in Star Wars since the episode 5.
Oh yeah,
came out is just baffling. Like
billions.
It's not even just like new Star Wars, like even old Star Wars. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
The amount of shit I see now is just crazy. More than ever on the back of people's cars. More than ever everything.
They sold a shit ton of copies of Battlefront. And everyone was trying to, shit on that game, saying how it wasn't worth it and the game wasn't good and it's basic and all this stuff. They sold like 12. I'm pretty sure I read they estimated 12 million.
Which sounds successful to me.
That's a lot. So, and I think it's a great game. I've been defending that game for a while now, but I love that game. I still pop it and play it regularly. Okay. Brandon, are you ready if I do what games are you most excited for?
Sort of.
Okay. Well, I can fill in a few. Basically, what I want to talk about real briefly before we end out the show is that there's a couple games I'm excited for this year that I feel like aren't getting a ton of the limelight with, we're hearing so much about Uncharted and VR and things like that. There's a couple games I want to talk about and say, hey, these games are coming out. They're going to be awesome. And the first one, Gravity Rush. Do you remember that from PlayStation Experience?
I do. This was the one that was originally a PS Vita game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I loved the art style. I thought it was super cool, and I watched people play it, and it looked fucking awesome.
It looks really good. It's coming out the first Tuesday of February. So not this coming Tuesday after. I already got mine pre-ordered. It's coming to me. And I am super pumped for this. It's only $30 too, which is awesome. I played a tiny bit of it on Vita when I first got my Vita. For some reason, it didn't stick with that back then when I didn't just feel motivated to play it because I got it on PlayStation Plus or something. And I saw the gameplay for the PlayStation 4 version. I'm like, man, that looks good. And I played it at PlayStation Experience, and it was like, this game is really good. And so I'm really excited for it to come out. And they're working on Gravity Rush 2 for later in 2016. So back to back. We're going to have to do a Gravity Rush Let's Play.
We are.
For sure. Very soon. Next one, I already talked about this a little bit last week, a little bit the week before. Persona 5, which this game will get some limelight. I don't know. It's not going to be quite like, Call of Duty, Halo type. But Persona 5, I'm super pumped for.
What is your bold statement with this game?
It's going to eat Final Fantasy's lunch, is what I said. It's just gonna shit right all over Final Fantasy 15.
I don't know what you showed me. What was that a cinematic trailer? No.
Yeah, that was I showed you the first trailer.
The trailer looked awesome, seriously. And when I saw Dancing All Night on PS4, I was like, this is what this is gonna look like, but better. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be neat because I was watching you play the PS3 version. Or the PS2 version, actually, that is the Vita game. Yeah, exactly. Persona 4 Golden originally came out on PS2. And just excited to see what they do with it.
Oh, yeah.
I think they could make it look awesome, and they will. So
yeah. So I'm excited about that, but I don't want to talk on that too much. So this one might be one you've forgotten about, but it was announced back at the PS4 launch. That's The Witness. Do you remember The Witness?
not in the
It's a
least.
game where you're on an island and you solve puzzles. This is from the creator of Braid. Remember Braid?
Super cool art style.
Yeah, 2D side scroller.
Pretty music.
Yeah. So this is from the creator of Braid, Jonathan Blow. Very excited to see what he does. Honestly, what's interesting is I was so pumped for this game when PS4 came out, and then it just kept getting delayed and delayed. You know, here we are 3 years later, still delayed. But supposedly it's coming out very soon, and I'm very excited to check it out now. My excitement is rebuilding. I like puzzle games a lot.
I don't at all. I hate them.
You like Portal, though, didn't you?
I did.
So
That's probably one of the only puzzle games I've ever played
really,
in my entire life.
man, I wish they would do another Portal game.
Something that I'm excited for that I know will not get any sort of limelight probably, and maybe it doesn't deserve it. Maybe it's just should have been a DLC or like a patch or something. But I'm hoping it's going to be new and fresh and awesome, but with the same cool art style we love. It's Don't Starve Together.
Oh yeah,
Super excited for that to come out. Me and my girlfriend are anxiously awaiting to be able to finally play together in this world.
to starve together.
Yeah, we're excited to die, and
That's important sometimes.
and to starve. Hopefully, don't starve. And just super excited to cut down trees and be mauled by giant bear things.
I need to check out Don't Starve again because I played it initially, and that game has a learning curve for sure.
It really does. It's actually really, really fucking hard.
Yeah,
And I think that this one will be a lot better because you'll have someone with you, obviously. And maybe they'll just tweak the way it works a little bit. Maybe there'll be some more settings or something, difficulty modes and stuff. So
you know, maybe we're gonna have to get that and do a let's play. You and your girlfriend can do a let's play.
Let's play the shit out of that.
Yeah, they're coming out with a game. It's already out on PC called Invisible Ink. Do you remember that? Seen that at PSX?
If I saw a picture, I'd
It's
remember.
like a spy stealth game that plays like XCOM, and it looks freaking awesome.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm super pumped about that. Coming to PS4 soon. So, next one. I only had 2 more I want to talk about. And that's it. PC only, unfortunately. XCOM 2 is coming.
Did they say it for sure is only going to be because
Yeah.
they ported it over to 360 before?
Last time XCOM Enemy Unknown was all platforms. This one they said we want to focus on PC right now.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
I believe it's for Mac too.
I don't know. I'm curious if this one's PC and Mac at launch. I'm not positive of that.
I really hope so because the last one was awesome. We were way late to the party.
Oh,
with
we were
XCOM.
so late.
Way late. But lots of good hours with that game and so much potential. And I'm excited to see how they've grown with the success of the series.
I'm really hoping for some kind of deal that I can get XCOM 2 on the cheap, on the low, just because, you know, it's funny how PC games, they taint the way I think about pricing, because the thought of paying full price for a PC game is like awful, since I could usually am able to get them for really cheap. Our post, did you just see me jump there? There's a poster about to fall down in the room. That's the new one I just put up. So if you are listening to audio, you should watch the video because I just did a little jump here. What was I saying? XCOM. So because I know it'll eventually go on sale, I don't want to buy it $60 brand new, but I'm hoping there will be like a Green Man Gaming deal.
Yeah,
right
I was
off
gonna
the
say
bat.
like there'll be a humble bundle 2 months later. that,
Well,
like-
yeah.
no, not really, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
Steam use crazy.
Use crazy. Steam real crazy. Last one, obvious. Danganronpa V3. Very excited because not only is it coming out for PlayStation Vita, it's coming out on PlayStation 4. So, Brandon, you're just not going to be able to escape the Japanese games soon. More and more.
Soon, the Japanese invasion is happening.
Brandon, you didn't like Star Wars before, now you do. You didn't like Star Trek before, now you do. I need to get you in to the anime Japanese game circle. And you're going to realize what you missed.
How kinky it is.
Some of it's kinky. Sword Art Online has some weird tentacle stuff going on at the end.
That makes me uncomfortable.
But I think, remember, you watched Spirited Away and you're like, damn, that's a good
love
movie.
Spirited Away. It was a good movie, but
A lot of anime is real good.
Spirited Away, the way it looks, doesn't bother me because it just looks like a normal cartoon.
Okay.
Some of the anime, like some like really specific anime styles.
Which one then? Call them out.
It's probably pretty much all of them. Like
I live on like be specific, and you're like, okay, pretty much all of them.
well, I don't know. Like I don't really know a ton, but like Studio Ghibli stuff doesn't look the same as.
Somewhat. I can see what you're saying.
You know what I mean, though.
Studio Ghibli,
like the way the people look, maybe.
No, see, I was gonna say, I think Studio Ghibli people, they definitely have their own style, but it's definitely still anime style.
Yeah.
The backgrounds, I think, are what are most impressive because they do all those painted, really nice looking backgrounds on their films.
Maybe it's like the super pointy hair or something. I don't know.
It's not all like that, Brandon.
I don't know, man.
You're being racist and stereotyping anime culture.
Anime is a race now.
It is now, okay? You know, I actually was thinking, so the anime convention in Pittsburgh is coming up in like a month or two.
Goodness.
I was thinking about you and I going.
Oh my goodness.
Just
let's not.
The videos that we could make there would be so funny. Brandon describes the different anime.
All I would keep thinking is the fuck did I just see?
Yeah. Dude,
constantly.
Well, we'd be there and there's all the cosplayers there, so that would be fun. We can go to the anime music video competition.
That's a thing.
When I went to the anime convention, like honestly, probably how old am I now? 23. I went like 10 years ago. Wow. So when I went, there was a seminar thing you could go to that explained the government behind the anime Full Metal Alchemist, which to then sounded really stupid to me. But honestly, I would totally go to that now.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
It's really awesome, Brandon.
I bet. Is Ghibli going to be there?
No.
Ghibli himself?
Not. You mean Miyazaki? No, he's definitely not going to be there. See, Brandon, okay, here's what we need to do. I'm going to force you to play Danganronpa. We're going to sit down.
I refuse.
Listen, what if...
Is that the one where you have to be children in a school?
Yeah. Listen.
Can you play as the bear?
No. Here's what we're going to do. Oh, this is a great idea. Next month, when I can eat pizza again, since Holly and I are doing our little diet, I'm going to have you over, get some beers,
get some pizza.
We're going to do Friday night, Saturday night stream.
Listen, if I'm completely Triz-ashed, I will play the fuck out of some
late
anime
night
games.
We're going to just play Danganronpa from the start, see how far we can get.
See how white girl wasted I can get off Miller Lite.
Yeah. That's a great idea. We're planning this stream.
Drunk stream, let's go.
Well, you know, it's important. You don't want to get too drunk. You need to experience Danganronpa.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, don't joke about it.
Danganronpa.
Don't joke about it. This has been Adventure Mode episode. I think we're on like 26 now.
We're getting pretty high. We've been doing good.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. We have a great time doing it. If you like this show, this video, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button. And also leave a comment. You know, what games do you have in your backlog? What games are you excited about? We're always interested to hear from you guys if you're watching. So please let us know. Also, go to handsomephantom.com to see all of our content. We've got tons of great stuff on there. This Saturday, come on Twitch, twitch.tv/handsome_phantom. There, you'll be able to watch us play whatever game we decided to play. I haven't decided yet. We did Uncharted last week, so I'm sure we'll
switch it up
somehow. You can follow Handsome Phantom on Twitter. If you search Handsome Phantom, right now we're working on trying to get the Handsome Phantom actual at Handsome Phantom, but some bitch took it from us. I don't really know. I don't know who it is. It's some guy with a little egg icon. So we're just going to we're waiting to see. So right now it's like Handsome, HANDSM Phantom. But if you search it, you're going to find it.
Or just go to handsomephantom.com and everything is right there.
Everything is there.
Everything. Twitch, YouTube, podcasts, everything you need us is there.
Now, Brandon, if people want to hear more from you on Twitter, who do they follow?
@_gloriousginger.
Awesome.
Be prepared for many retweets and/or semi-disappointing comments.
Way to sell it. If you want to follow me, I'm @DustinCan'tFly. And remember, very, very soon we're going to have our new show, DevTales. Be ready.
We are pumped, and we hope you are too. So
it's going to be great. It's going to be super, super great. And I think that's all the plugs we need.
Really, I'm the plug. Really, I'm the plug.
You're the plug.
Said future.
So until next time, congratulations. You played yourself. We'll see you later. Don't drink and drive. Stay safe. Try and stay warm.
Tip your waitresses.
Tip your waitresses. We need to keep adding some life tips on the end here. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. See ya.